What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Hello.
Welcome to NextGen in the Morning.
Ooh, art.
Hey,
Good
let's
morning.
have a poll right now. Who
Okay.
does a better arm wave?
Oh, okay.
I'll do mine. When ocean rise above the
Are your
waves.
shoulders popping? I don't think that's okay. That much popping that's occurring. All right. Well, good morning.
That's really cool to watch.
Good morning.
So, I hope you found as much enjoyment as we just did.
5 people probably turned it off.
Vote. Do you like Bennon's noodle arms or Marshall's?
All right. So before we jump into today, we just want to remind you, be reading John with us. Today we're reading John chapter 10.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great feedback from you as students, but also from life groups.
Yep.
They're checking in on this reading. I think it's been good just for them to talk about. So keep it up.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's great.
Just do it.
That's right. All right. So we have one thing to talk about today. Ben, what is that one thing?
I've been looking forward to this for a week. For an entire week.
Yeah.
And that is to do a movie review of the critically acclaimed National Treasure.
That's right.
2004, correct?
2004. Yeah.
It came out in 2004. And I'll tell you this, I've always wanted to review movies.
Sure.
Because for some reason our society gives them unnecessarily a lot of power.
Yeah, movie reviewers.
I heard a quote once, and I just love it. It's like, I don't watch a movie for a critic. I watch it for me. So if you like the movie, watch it. Yeah. But for some reason, our society gives these people a lot of power. And today, we've got the power. And we're going to review National Treasure.
Yeah. Starring Nicolas Cage.
Starring Nicolas Cage. And so,
in his prime.
If you're watching this now and you hate spoilers, spoiler alert, you're going to hear a lot of them.
Better stop it now.
Stop this video
coming.
now.
Hot and heavy.
Go watch the movie, come back, do what you need to do.
National Treasure.
Let's give them a quick teaser of the film, just in a general sense.
Like to sum it up?
So there is a man named Ben Gates, which we'll get into in a minute. His name is Ben Gates, and he comes from a line of people that believe in this conspiracy about a treasure. And so the stories of it goes and follows his whole life leading up to this moment to where he finally reaches the clue to which his great-great-great-grandfather was given.
Yep.
And he finally reaches it, and then you go on this whirlwind of a journey to find what they're calling the National Treasure. But I would argue, here in a minute, I will argue that it should not be called National Treasure. It should be called Global Treasure. Because the treasure is not America's treasure. It's a treasure that's compiled of a lot of civilizations.
Yes.
Anyway, that's what the movie's about. And anyway, we'll jump right into it. So, imagine yourself, it's 2004. Some of you, many of you, are not born yet.
Yeah.
I myself, though, am 13 years old. I'm in the prime time age. I probably would have been like many of you guys.
Yeah, I was either 8th or 9th grade.
Yeah, Marshall was a year older than me. So, it's 2004. We go to the theater. We pull up and watch this movie. And let me just say, back then, it blew me away. I loved the film.
Yeah, here's the deal. I loved it as a kid. I loved it now. It's great.
Yeah,
fun movie.
So I loved it, and then what happened over the next 6 years of my life, 4 years, whatever it was, I saw this movie way too much on church buses and functions like that. Because it's just a family-friendly movie, and I've watched it way too much. So since then, I have not seen it.
Yeah.
Until last night.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I've renewed my faith.
So let's do negatives. Like let's critique it, but then we're gonna build it up. Right.
Okay.
So
There's a lot, even though as great as it is, there is a lot to
Yeah, there's a lot of things we can make fun of.
because it is cheesy.
Yes.
And it is a Disney film.
Yeah. Which it's Disney. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And okay, so for me, the first thing that got me is that his name was Benjamin Franklin. I couldn't get over the fact that dude named his son Benjamin Franklin. Like, I get his name's
Benjamin Franklin
Gates. He
Gates.
named his kid Benjamin Franklin.
I mean, his son even recognized, I don't want to be called Benjamin Franklin, so he goes by Ben Gates.
Yeah, like, you may hate your name, but at least you're not named after Benjamin Franklin. Like,
yeah. How many jokes do you think he got all the time?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You better save that penny.
Yeah.
Or like, better not be watching that boiling water.
Yeah, Ben Franklin. Anyway.
Some of you have no idea what I just made.
Some of them don't even know who Ben Franklin is. He was not a president. I'll throw that out there for some of you guys who probably don't know that.
He first suggested daylight savings time.
He did, and you learned that.
Yeah.
In the film.
So for me, my first negative starts with the movie opens up and they are out in the middle of like Antarctica.
Yeah. Middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere. They're on these giant snow trucks. They're not snowmobiles. And they go out in the middle of nowhere, and then these guys pull out like a bunch of dad's wood with some metal detectors. Alright? They get these metal detectors, they're going, and after years and years and years and years of erosion and freezing.
It's usually 30 years.
Melting, freezing, where this ancient ship should have sunk hundreds of feet.
Was out there.
Somehow, he goes over. Alright? And then he pulls out his ice pick, starts hammering the ice, and within 6 inches of digging,
there it is.
After hundreds of years, he hits the bell of the ship. He dusts off a little bit of ice, pulls out a water bottle, which should be frozen, and he pours it on there, and what does it reveal? The clue that his great-great-great-grandfather had given. The word Charlotte. So first off, they should have done at least a little bit better job with that. I know they had to move the movie along.
It started quick.
It just got me.
Yeah. So if you go into the ship, there's a lot of ridiculous stuff in the ship, but there's one moment in the ship that we got to talk about.
Yes.
So you probably know it if you watched it.
The guy he's with, one of his friends, also a wealthy guy, turns on him.
Yeah.
Because he wants to do something, steal the Declaration.
Which I have a problem with that bad guy's story arc because that's what they do.
Yeah.
So
we could go on and on, but we won't. Anyway, he turns on him, and so he ends up pointing his gun at Benjamin Franklin Gates.
Yeah, he does.
And they're surrounded by gunpowder, so Benjamin Franklin then lights a flare. And his bargaining chip is that flare, like, I'm going to blow us all up. You shoot me, I drop this, we all die. And what does he do with that one thing he has in control? He says, I want to see if Sean can catch. And he throws, and it goes in slow motion, of course. And guess what? The guy catches it.
Yeah.
Now, his arm happened to catch on fire, but in reality, what would have happened is he would have caught that, and then they would have shot him. Dead.
Right
End
there.
of movie.
Yeah, done. And then they never would have found anything else.
Yeah. So, that was pretty cheesy.
That whole scene in that ship was pretty bad, because then they escaped. And hey, and then there's the whole thing where they get out, and both the snowmobile things are gone. So then they had to walk through the...
I didn't even think about that.
The Arctic wilderness for how long?
How did they get back?
No.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I thought about that.
Alright, so just to keep it rolling, because that was the first 15 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta go quick.
I'm going to read some quotes that will catch us up.
Ready.
Benjamin Franklin goes and talks to the lady at the National Archives, and she says, so you're treasure hunters, and he says, more like treasure protectors. cheesy.
They're hunting.
He also then looks at the Declaration and he tells Riley, his smart idiot friend, tells him, "I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence."
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence. The same thing the bad guys do.
Yeah, the same thing the guy that's evil is doing.
But we're good. No.
Okay, that moves along to when they go to steal it, to get the Declaration into the archived, what do they call it?
The vault.
The update room. He uses a laser to heat the container. Okay? If you see, he has one of those old camcorders and he puts a laser on there with duct tape. It looks like a bomb trigger. Okay?
It does!
And in the middle of this, in front of the national document, the Declaration of Independence, he shines a giant green laser at it like he's on Modern Warfare or something. And nobody sees it, and nobody cares.
Yeah, and we want to do real quick, just true story. In real life, there's no flash photography around the Declaration of Independence.
Or any museum.
Yeah, and my father walked right up to it, click, and the flash went off, and it was this big ordeal.
They talked to him?
Yeah.
Did they detain him?
Yeah, the guy got in trouble. No, my dad's so nice. I think they were like, he's just a dad. Like, literally.
Dude, did he see the movie and was like, I'm gonna see if there's a map. Guys.
Every
I don't even want to get into it, but
we'll talk about
awesome. That story's awesome.
We'll talk about it later. Hey, so real quick, I do just want to talk about the thing the Declaration's in, that it goes underneath the ground and everything about that.
That's not real. No way that's real.
No way it's real. No, it's behind probably some thick glass.
Actually, probably the one on display is not the actual one.
That's probably right. That is probably just messed up a lot of people.
In the same way they have the fake one displayed when they're cleaning the real one in the movie, that is what they always do, because
or maybe
people like his dad are taking pictures of it.
Or maybe it's not real at all. Anyway, so, alright, keep going.
I'm going to keep rolling here. They steal it, spoiler alert.
Yeah, you probably knew that.
Through a bunch of sleight of hand.
Yes.
Sleight of hand, they get it. And there's a new character, Abigail Chase. She is the worker at the National Archive, but then they end up pulling her in because of her curiosity. Well, they turn the map over to reveal a secret invisible map on the back. So they use lemon juice to get it wet, and they do. And they figure out they need more heat. And my favorite part of the whole film is the girl looks at Nicolas Cage, and without saying a word, they both go, and they breathe on it simultaneously to reveal part of the map.
Yeah, that's
and that is kind of the hinge pin of the movie, I think, because immediately after that, they start just plugging away, and they figure out all these clues, and it just starts rolling. It starts snowballing.
Yeah.
So, if you watch the film, you'll know that this theme continued along, and that was that every clue just led to another one.
Yeah. And
the dad of Benjamin Franklin Gates, his dad was fed up with that. He was like, that ain't real. What he said was, that is the secret. That's what they were trying to do, is that there's just a bunch of clues.
A never-ending quest.
A never-ending quest to keep the British busy. But Benjamin Gates believed it was real.
That's right.
So, at the beginning of the movie, the dad basically despises his son, thinks he's stupid. He literally says that he is a disappointment because of his pursuits of this treasure. Yeah. We will come back to that. Yeah. Then, they steal it, they do all that, like I'm saying. There was a lot I didn't note in here, but once they found that map on the back of that, the document, all this series of clues start going in, and at that point in time, it's very entertaining. And it's kind of like a cat-mouse game and chasing all this stuff, and you really gotta watch it. Yeah, but then they get to the very end where they find
Yeah.
Underneath the church, they find this area where the treasure should be, but they're standing on like 200-year-old stairs.
Yeah.
Okay, and they start descending down into a never-ending abyss.
Mm-hmm. Glad they built that.
And before they descend down these 200-year-old wooden steps, that there's dust and particles everywhere. With a torch, he lights a giant, giant
torch.
chandelier. A wooden chandelier.
Oh, yeah,
He lights it on fire.
Yeah, why not?
Let me draw you this picture here. Never-ending abyss, wooden stairwell going into the abyss. They could fall, die at any moment. What can make this better?
Fire.
The potential to light it all on fire.
Watch it burn, baby.
They do it. They're safe. No worries. Big plot hole there.
Yeah.
They descend down there. Well, evidently, the wood was not so safe because Sean, who we mentioned at the beginning, we found out if Sean could catch.
Yeah.
But
you know
later on in the movie, we figured out that he could not fly.
Yeah, that's right.
He could not fly.
He falls.
He falls in this family movie.
He's probably still falling.
In this family movie, he dies a gruesome death.
Yeah.
And I'm not laughing about his gruesome death, but the simple fact that if you're a bad guy out there, you're going to meet your end.
That's right, on some wooden steps. They find the treasure.
They find the treasure.
Yeah.
They have this real cheesy couple moments of like, do you trust me? It's like, no, you just kidnapped me.
Yeah.
Now, I don't love you.
No, I don't.
And then right before he finds the treasure, he grabs her on the shoulder and he says, come here. And he gives her a big little kiss because they're about to die, of course. Well, they find the treasure. Spoiler alert. And I will say, I take this back. This is my favorite part of the movie. They find this treasure room, and it's pretty underwhelming. Like, it's pretty cool treasure, like some mummies and things like that. But then he puts his torch down on this gunpowder, like, labyrinth trail thing.
Yeah.
And it just slowly starts, like, lighting it up like a March Madness bracket.
It's a great description.
Wow. Yeah, I'm proud of myself.
Wow.
Like a March Madness bracket into this giant room, and there's tons of treasure, and it's pretty cool. YouTube that clip.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch the movie.
Can I add? So in that room, they see a staircase that leads out, and I always just think like they should have just come in from that way.
Yeah, if they knew.
Because they could have just.
Because that was the big thing when they were down there. Hey, if we find the treasure. But then he was like, they always do a second entrance for the airflow. Which,
Sure.
Yeah, easy out. Easy. It was a good movie, though. My quote for the treasure room, though, Riley says, Riley is the very smart, but portrayed as an idiot guy.
Yeah,
says,
comic relief.
Yeah, he said, he looks at a statue and he says, wow, a big bluish green man with a big goatee.
Yeah.
And so my two takeaways before I rate it is this. At the end, right before they find the treasure, the dad tells them that he is proud of them because
son, I know your whole life.
Because the treasure room was real,
yeah,
even though the one they were in was empty. Said it was real. So therefore, you are right. Therefore, now I am proud of you. His love was conditional. I did not like that. Because the dad was only proud of him when he found out that his son wasn't crazy and that he was rich.
Yeah, I love you. We're millionaires.
And then, at the end of the day, the smart guy named Riley did not get the girl. And so there's a truth that they want to portray that the funny guy does not get the girl. I'm here to tell you that Marshall and I got the girl. And that's the real life. Women love a sense of humor.
I think the funniest thing I've seen in like a comic clip one time was it was like the day after an action movie. You know, it's like the action hero, and the girl was like, "Hey," and he's like, "Dang," you know, like They're not real smart. It was real funny. It was like talking about the day after everything dies down, and anyway, action heroes. Anyway, okay, so
All right.
great movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. There's a sequel.
Rate it.
I highly recommend
10
it.
out
Okay.
of 10.
If I'm giving it out of a 10, it's a good movie. It's a family movie. It's enjoyable. I think it's 7.
Yeah, so I was going to go 7 out of 10 due to...
Really? Same score?
Same score, due to the fact that there are some plot holes.
Yes.
I wasn't going to go 8 out of 10, but the whole idea of them having to walk back in the snow.
Yeah, right? I didn't think about that. Anyway, good movie. You should watch it.
I really wish we could go deeper into some of the symbolism.
Yeah. Hey,
and
watch the second one. There's and they're making a third. So what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. All right. So hey, recommendation station. We're gonna recommend the next movie that we're gonna review in 1 week. Been in.
All right. So there's a lot of debate out there about this one of which movie is the best Pixar film. And we understand that you guys are a lot younger than us. Maybe when the first Pixar film came out, you weren't even born yet.
1995.
I know that there were some Pixar films I had not seen, but one that is widely regarded as one of, if not the best Pixar films. It is A Bug's Life.
And I bet a lot of them haven't seen it.
I bet a lot of
People
you
don't
haven't
talk about
seen it. People don't talk about it, but A Bug's Life. Go watch it. It's on Disney Plus. I know for sure.
It is there. You can probably watch it in clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
A Bug's Life. Great.
Great.
Movie. Man, that's a good movie.
And this, spoiler alert, this is a movie where you find out that funny guys do get the girl.
Yeah. Man, it's a great movie. Bug's Life is great. All right, hey, National Treasure, great movie. This was NextGen in the Morning. Hey, read John today. Be a good day. Have a super day today. We love you.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it.